Hello everyone, Meteorologist Mike here for Synoptic CONUS forecast from August 14th to August 18th. And as always, before we get started, a couple of things I do need to go over. One, this is not a full and complete forecast. This is just an overview of large-scale events happening over the continental United States. For a full and complete forecast of your area, please see your local meteorologist or your favorite weather app. And secondly, all of my times are in Zulu time or the GMT time zone. This is a standard across weather models that we don't have to deal with time zones, and I am just continuing that trend. I will, however, have all the time zone conversions down in the description below. Alright, let's get started. What's happening right now? 12Z on the 14th. Got a low pressure over Illinois. That's sending some showers out in front of it into Indiana. That low pressure also has a cold front that's stretching off into Kansas. That cold front is dry at this time. And we've got a tropical disturbance that has made its way inland into Texas. That's bringing plenty of rain down to that area. Alright, our SPC Day 1 convective outlook, a couple of marginal risks out in the Midwest. Looking ahead here to 0Z on the 15th. The low pressure has moved off into Indiana, still bringing plenty of rain out in front of it, and the cold front is still stretching off into Kansas and is still dry. The tropical disturbance is continuing to make its way inland into Texas, still bringing plenty of rain down there. By 12Z on the 15th, that tropical disturbance has dissipated. There's still a couple of lingering showers down there, and the low pressure has moved off into Kentucky. The cold front is still stretching off into Kansas, and the low pressure now has a new trough that is stretching eastward into Virginia and North Carolina, bringing plenty of showers to that area. SPC Day 2 convective outlook, a marginal risk for severe weather in association with this low pressure. Now we've got a second marginal risk off in the Midwest that's going to be associated with a second low pressure that will be forming here shortly. 0Z on the 16th, the low pressure that we've been tracking has moved off to the Carolina border, and with a trough up to its northeast into Virginia. That trough is bringing some showers and a rumble or thunder or two, and the cold front is now stretching down into Mississippi and back up into Kansas. A couple of showers here or there along the cold front at this time. The cold front is attached to a low pressure that's off in Kansas. That low pressure does have its own trough stretching up into Iowa, and that trough is dry at this time. 12Z on the 16th, the eastern low pressure has moved down into South Carolina. Trough still stretching up into North Carolina. Plenty of rain and a thunderstorm or two along that trough. And the cold front has detached itself from the other low pressure, only stretching off into Mississippi at this time. The western low pressure, it has moved to the other side of Kansas. The trough still stretches off into Iowa and is now bringing some showers and a thunderstorm or two. SPC Day 3 convective outlook, just a small marginal risk in association with the western low pressure. By 0Z on the 17th, the eastern low pressure has moved off to the South Carolina coast, and the trough that it has is basically following the coast up into North Carolina, still bringing plenty in the way of showers along the trough. And the western low pressure has moved down into Oklahoma. Its trough currently stretches up into Mississippi. That's Missouri, not Mississippi. Still bringing a couple of showers and a thunderstorm or two. By 12Z on the 17th, the eastern low pressure has moved off into the Atlantic, and the western low pressure has moved down into Texas, with the trough still stretching up into Missouri. I am still keeping an eye on plenty of showers and a thunderstorm or two along that trough. By 0Z on the 18th, the low pressure has moved off into Arkansas, with a trough stretching off into Mississippi. Still seeing plenty in the way of showers along the trough. And 12Z on the 18th, the low pressure has moved off into Mississippi, with the trough stretching off into Georgia. Still seeing those showers along the trough, and a high pressure has come down into the northeast US and is in firm control up there. Alright guys, that's my CONUS forecast for today. Let's take a quick look into the Atlantic. We are only keeping an eye on this one disturbance that I have highlighted already in my forecast. It is already inland, so it is not going to be strengthening. Alright, that's my forecast for today. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe for future forecasts.